AITA for refusing to share my lottery winnings with siblings. Now my family is angry with me. A few months ago, something happened that I never thought I'd experience in a million years. I won the lottery. It wasn't one of those mind-blowing, life-altering jackpots you hear about. No hundreds of millions. But it was still a good amount. Enough to really change things for me and my son. To give you some perspective, I'm a single mom, and my son is autistic. We've been through some tough times, and honestly, I've just been trying to get by. So, here's how it all started. One day, I was doing something as mundane as grocery shopping, picking up milk and bread like any other day. For some reason, on a total whim, I decided to grab a lottery ticket. I don't usually play, maybe once in a blue moon if that. It wasn't like I expected to win anything. I bought the ticket, threw it in my purse, and went about my day. A couple of days later, I finally checked it, and there it was. I had won. At first, I was in disbelief. I mean, who actually wins the lottery, right? After I calmed down a bit, I immediately called my mom to share the news. At first, she was thrilled for me, but that excitement didn't last long. Not even a minute into the conversation, she said, "So are you going to share it with the family?" I was taken aback. I had barely even processed what was happening, and already, the idea of sharing it was thrown in my face. Here's where things get complicated. I've got 2 siblings, a brother and a sister. And to be completely honest, we're not close. They've been distant for years, especially when it comes to me and my son. When I had my son and realized he needed extra support, it was just me handling it all. No one really stepped up to help. No one checked in. I love my family, but I've been through the thick of it on my own. My mom tried in her way, but emotional or hands-on support. It just wasn't there. So when she asked about sharing the winnings, my initial reaction was, why should I? Where was this sense of family unity when I was struggling with bills, therapy sessions, and just the emotional weight of raising a child who needs constant support? It felt unfair that now, when I finally had a stroke of luck, they were expecting a cut. I told my mom that I wasn't planning to share the money. I explained that I wanted to use it to secure my son's future, pay off some debts, and maybe finally take a breath after years of financial stress. But her reaction wasn't what I expected. She got quiet for a second, then said, "Well, that's really disappointing. Ouch." That hit harder than I thought it would. After that conversation, things escalated quickly. My siblings started calling me selfish, accusing me of letting money change me, saying I've let it go to my head. Even my mom started making little digs, implying that I was being greedy. She even told me that my son needs a strong family around him, and that by refusing to share, I was ruining that bond. Now, here's where I start to second-guess myself. Was I being too harsh? I mean, I get it. Family is supposed to be there for each other, but they weren't there when I needed them the most. It's not like I'm out here blowing the money on lavish vacations or new cars. My main focus is making sure my son is taken care of for the long run, because he may always need extra support. And that's expensive. It's always been me and him against the world, and this money finally gives us some breathing room. Still, my family's reaction has left me feeling guilty. They make it sound like I'm turning my back on them, but I can't shake the thought that they turned their backs on me a long time ago. So, F for wanting to keep the lottery winnings to secure my son's future, instead of sharing it with a family that never really supported us when we needed it.